SS8 H7 evaluate key political, social, and economic changes that occurred in Georgia during the New South era. Element A, identify the ways individuals, groups, and events attempted to shape the New South. Include the Bourbon Triumvirate, Henry Grady, International Cotton Expositions, and Tom Watson and the Populist. Our learning target, I will learn about the events and the people that shaped the New South. Dominance, that is one way to describe the Bourbon Triumvirate. Joseph E. Brown, Alfred H Colquitt, and John B. Gordon were the three members of the Bourbon Triumvirate. These three men dominated the political scene of Georgia for over 20 years. They had common interest in mining and railroads. They also supported the convict lease programs, which allowed business owners to have the convicts to work and then provide food, housing, and clothing for them. The Bourbon Triumvirate dominated politics until the ideas of the Populist Party and the New Democrats began to take over the political scene. Joseph E. Brown was a successful lawyer who attended Yale. He grew up in the mountains of North Georgia. Over his adult life, he held many positions in Georgia, ranging from Georgia General Assembly to state judge to Georgia's governor. Alfred H. Colquitt was a Georgia-born lawyer who attended Princeton. Colquitt was a military man who joined the Army during the Mexican-American War. Colquitt joined the Georgia Secession Convention in 1861 and fought for secession, withdrawing from the Union. He had a distinguished military career and was commissioned as Major General. He also served as Georgia's governor and a U.S. Senator. John B. Gordon was born in Upton County, Georgia. During his younger years, he moved to Walker County for his father's coal business. He attended UGA but never graduated. He left so he could tend to his father's coal business. Gordon fought in the Civil War and after the war returned to Georgia completely against Reconstruction. He held many political positions in Georgia, from the U.S. Senator to governor. The voice of the New South, Henry Grady. Grady was the managing editor of the Atlanta Constitution. He was known for using the paper to get his point across about the industrialization of the South, the diversification of Southern agriculture, and to get Northern investors to help financially with both causes. Grady helped bring the International Cotton Exposition to Georgia, and he helped with the creation of Georgia Tech. Grady also helped with local elections like John B. Gordon and Joseph E. Brown. Georgia was still agriculturally minded. Some, like Tom Watson, didn't like the fact that Grady pushed for industrialization. Atlanta was Grady's focus, and other major cities were upset with this. Grady was an important person in the New South movement, so much so that he had a few things named after him. First off, Grady County, Grady Hospital, and the University of Georgia Grady School of Journalism. Georgia needed a way to show off the agriculture and industry. So in steps the International Cotton Exposition. They wanted to showcase Atlanta's rebuilding, our industry, and try to get Northern investors to this area. The International Cotton Exposition was held in 1881, 1885, and in 1895. The 1881 and the 1885 International Cotton Expositions were promoted by Henry Grady. During the 1895 International Cotton Exposition, Booker T. Washington gave his Atlanta Compromise speech. Washington said for African Americans to focus on the economic improvement versus getting social and political rights. This was not the ideals that W.E.B. Du Bois fought for. One of Georgia's most controversial politicians was Tom Watson. Watson was known for advocating or fighting for the end of the convict lease program, fighting for farmers, and for public education. Watson never formally joined the Farmers Alliance, also known as the People's Party or the Populist Party, but had some of the same thoughts. Watson's claim to fame was the Rural-Free Delivery Act, the delivery of mail directly to rural farm families. Watson changed his views on race and began to not only target African Americans, but Jews and Catholics as well. Watson ran for Congress but lost to Carl Vinson, who went on to serve 50 years in the House of Representatives. However, he did win his last election bid as U.S. Senator in 1920, but died shortly after in 1922, allowing Rebecca Felton to become America's first female senator, but just for one day.